Hello, children. Welcome to the new day, new beginning. Let us begin our day with the thought. Today's thought is the quote by Swami Vivekananda. Believe in yourself and the world will be at your feet. That is, trust your instincts, work hard, believe in yourself, and literal meaning of the words world will be at your feet is people will recognize you, people will appreciate you. That is the meaning. So, from today we are beginning with Unit 2, chapter number 9. A wonderful poem written by C.J. Dennis. Let us know something more about the poet. C.J. Dennis, name is Clarence James Dennis, an Australian poet. This poem is taken from the collection of the book that was published in 1921, C.J. Dennis, Book for Kids. His foreword for this collection of amazing poems read, I have taken only 2 lines of the foreword. To the good children over 4 and under 4 and 80. So, a story or the poem is revolved around a theme. The theme of our poem revolves around an insect. The name is funny, its manners are funny. In this poem, the poet is describing about its habits and activities. And then there is a surprise for all of us at the end. So here we go. I hope all are ready with textbook. Page number is 21, chapter number 9. So let us recite the first paragraph. There is a very funny insect that you do not often spy, and it isn't quite a spider and it isn't quite a fly. It is something like a beetle and a little like a bee, but nothing like a woolly grub that climbs upon a tree. Its name is quite a hard one, but you will learn it soon, I hope. So try, try, try anti-wanty, try anti-wanty gongolap. So that is the name of the poem. That is name of the insect too. Let us understand what the poet wants to convey us. So poet wants to convey us that this insect is not a common one. You don't see it very often. And it is not quite like a spider, not quite like a fly. These are the 2 common insects that can always be seen in and around the house. Somewhat like a beetle, somewhat like a bee. These are the 2 insects, beetle and bee, resembling to them. Not exactly like them, somewhat like the beetle, somewhat like the bee. And it is not at all like the woolly grub. These are the caterpillars. You must have seen in rainy season, we often see these woolly grubs. This is the caterpillar stage of the insect. And why they climb on the tree? Because in this stage they eat a lot. And then they weave a cocoon around themselves. They sleep for many days and then the moth or butterfly sort of insect comes out. So it even doesn't resemble the woolly grub. And you can always find this woolly grub climbing on the tree, on the leaves. And when we combine whatever the poet has described us, when we combine, we get this type of insect. Somewhat like a spider, somewhat like a fly, somewhat like beetle. When we combine all the description, we might get try anti-wanty gongolap like this. Let us move on to second stanza. It lives on weeds and wattle gum and has a funny face. Its appetite is hearty and its manners a disgrace. When first you come upon it, it will give you quite a scare. But when you look for it again, you find it isn't there. And unless you call it softly, it will stay away and move. So try, try, Try anti wanti, try anti wanti Congolap. Now, in this stanza, the poet is explaining about its eating habits and manners. You must have seen these weeds. These are the small plants growing anywhere. And it's a big process when these weeds somewhere between the crop, the farmer has to continuously take out these weeds. Otherwise, whatever important minerals are given to the crops, the weeds take and the crop get less of its share. So our insect, it is happy to feed on the weeds. Appetite is hearty. That means it likes to eat a lot. Manners disgrace. We don't like the people who are eating a lot and always eating, isn't it? So manners disgrace because it doesn't seem to have good manners. It will always like to feed on the weed, and this is bottle gum. You must have seen this. These these are the secretions of the tree, and मला वाटतं सगळ्यांनी डिंकाचे लाडू खाल्लेत, and this is the same thing. So that is bottle gum, and these are weeds. And try anti-wanti gongolap likes to eat a lot. That's why the poet says that its manners are disgraceful. Now, such a funny insect, such a funny description, when we see or we come across such an insect in the beginning, we might get scared. But when we try to look at it again, we find that it's no longer there. If you call it softly, then you might see it again, but you have to call it very softly. So try anti-wanti gongolap. Let us move on to third paragraph, and third stanza I'll explain in the second part.